They said the new games would contain a bunch of new Pokemon that did not appear in the Sun and Moon games, so there is a very high possibility that there could be new Alolan Forms coming to Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So without ado, here are the top 10 possible new Alolan Forms for Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Let's get it! Yo, what is up beauties? It is your boy, the one and only, the Mike Mash, and I'm back with a brand new top 10 video. Yesterday, it was announced that we would be getting Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon as the sequel games to Pokemon Sun and Moon. So far, it seems like the games are going to be slightly different from the previous games, and one thing Masuda mentioned was that there would be new Pokemon that were not originally seen in Sun and Moon. This had me thinking that there is still a possibility that we may receive more Alolan Forms of different Pokemon. So I thought of 10 Pokemon that I feel are deserving of Alolan Forms. Now just remember that these are just my opinions, and if you feel that I left out some Pokemon, feel free to write your top 10 list in the comment section below. And if you're new to my channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and share this video with your friends and family. Now with all that set in stone, let's get right into this top 10 list. Let's get it, man. Let's go. At number 10, we have Alolan Arcanine. Okay, honestly, I won't lie, there is still a slight chance that we will get an alternate Arcanine form. Whether or not they decided to scrap this idea, to be honest, I will still consider this Pokemon on my top 10 list. Besides, wouldn't it be cool to have a blue colored Arcanine? I mean, whether it's a water type or an ice type, it would be pretty cool. Perhaps it's not very likely that this will happen, but we still have to consider it, given that they did appear in the Chinese leaks, so the possibility for an Alolan form is still up for grabs. However, they may have just scrapped the idea and have just given Ninetales the Alolan form instead of Arcanine. However, none of this is confirmed yet, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. At number 9, we got Alolan Bonsly and Alolan Sudowoodo. This one's kind of a hit or miss, given that this thing hates being around water. However, I can see this Pokemon becoming a part grass type to cope with the water. From one perspective, the Alola region is more of a tropical region. It is pretty diverse. However, say it were to adapt to its environment and it were to become a part grass type, it would be able to counter a lot of the water types in this region. It doesn't seem too far-fetched. However, could you imagine Sudowoodo with leaves or branches for hands and it looked more like a stump? I mean, just imagine those instead of those weird green rock things that it has for fingers. Again, this is a little bit of a shot in the dark. It seems the least likely to get an Alolan form, hence why it's number 9 on this list. However, we'll just have to wait and see. At number 8, we have Alolan Torkoal. Now to be honest, given that its name is Torkoal, seems kind of fire-ish to me. I doubt it's going to be swimming in the waters or adapting to the cold. But hey, we never know, it's Game Freak. And why would it? I mean, there's a perfectly good volcano to live in. Besides, maybe this thing can become a part steel type, given its hard shell and the fact that it worked out well for Dugtrio being a part steel type, being around the volcanoes. For all we know, its shell could be part balsamic glass or whatever it's made of, as an extra coating of armor. I honestly would like to see a fire and steel type. I mean, look what happened to Heatran, it's one of the most dominant Pokemon in the game. I'm just putting these ideas out there. At number 7, we have Alolan Hippowdon. Okay, let me explain this one. First of all, this Pokemon is based off of a living hippo. It would only make sense if they made this thing a water type, given that it may have adapted to its surroundings and stuff. This wouldn't be that bad of a choice, given that hippos are generally aquatic animals, and its closest relatives are the whales. So scientifically speaking, this would make a whole lot of sense, rather than sand protruding from its body. I don't care what the Pokedex entry says, honestly anything is possible. If they were able to make Ninetales a ice type,
anything's possible. Anything's possible!
Well said. At number 6, we have Alolan Ekans and Alolan Arbok. This can work in many ways, as both Pokemon end up becoming accustomed to the water in Alolan region. Aquatic snakes are very common around tropical islands, plus there aren't really any aquatic snakes in the games, and no, Huntail does not count since it's not a snake. These Pokemon can keep their poison typings and just become part water types, get the dual typing, kinda similar to Tentacool and Tentacruel. Plus, I can imagine Alolan Ekans getting a really cool aquatic design, kinda like a bluish black kinda color. We'll just have to wait and see what happens, but honestly, this is just an idea. At number 5, we have Alolan Yanmega. This thing is based off of a dragonfly, and its design is pretty cool and unique as well. Hence why I think an Alolan Form would really complement this Pokemon, given that I personally believe that this Pokemon deserves a lot more glory than it gets. I can see it getting a slimmer body and looking a lot more quicker and agile and fierce, and giving it that extra speed would give it extra advantage in the Alola region. Also, I can see this Pokemon kicking its flying type and just become a straight up bug and dragon type. I would really like to see how Game Freak runs with this concept. However, there is still a chance that it may never happen. So we'll just have to sit down and just wait and see what happens. At number 4, we have Alolan Donphan. I've always liked Donphan's concept, and it honestly was the main Pokemon that made the move rollout look pretty cool. It didn't get a Mega Evolution, or in fact it didn't even get an additional evolution, and honestly, I've seen this Pokemon slowly fall out of the spotlight after Gen 6, so I think it would make a pretty good candidate for an Alolan Form. If this Pokemon were to get an Alolan Form, I can see this guy becoming a part grass type, as it would have to adapt to its surroundings. Additionally, we already know that its design concept is based off of the African elephant, so why not make an Alolan Form based off of the Indian elephant, which lives in a more tropical setting? It would make a pretty cool contrast from one another, and I would love to put our buddy Donphan back into the spotlight. Just keep rolling, baby. Oh my god, did you just call Alolan Donphan like your baby? Nah man, I don't mean it that way. Bro, that's like animal bestiality, dude. Dude, that is so cringe, bro. LOL, go kill yourself, bro. Bro, what the hell are you even doing here? I'm trying to record, man. Get the hell out of my face. Anyways, let's just continue. At number 3, we have Alolan Crawdon. I'm honestly surprised this guy didn't already get an Alolan Form, given that we already know that Corphish are not native to their region. Another thing to keep in mind is that these Pokemon become very aggressive, and once it evolved into a Crawdon, it became very aggressive towards the other Pokemon from the region. It seemed to me that Crawdon's evolution was designed simply to adapt to its surroundings in the Hoenn region, which is why it's got that dark typing and why its design resembles Sharpedo's. However, maybe in the Alola region, they don't become as aggressive as its predecessor, and this Pokemon just becomes a straight full water type. It's all just a possibility. However, it will largely depend on what Game Freak has in store for us. Perhaps maybe that's not exactly the idea they're going for, and maybe the timid Crawdon doesn't really seem as pleasant as maybe the dark type. You know what? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. At number 2, we have Alolan Flygon. Giving this guy an Alolan Form is the least you can do for this guy. It's bad enough that they decided to scrap the idea from giving this guy a Mega Evolution at the very last minute back in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Don't think I forgot about that, Game Freak. I am not gonna let this slide. Flygon deserves an Alolan Form. If Alolan Yanmega doesn't even become a thing, I would quickly give the Dragon Bug typing straight away to this guy. Honestly, if anything, Trampich should keep its typing. However, through evolution, maybe its wings become slightly different color to match the region surrounding it. or maybe it just gets a little bit quicker, maybe it just has a little bit of a cooler or stealthier design. Honestly, this is a way of paying back Flygon for what you guys did back in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. If this guy doesn't get an Alolan form, then legitimately Game Freak hates Flygon. Enough said. I mean, come on. It's obvious, man. It's obvious.
Come on, man. It's just a game, dude. Like, why are you taking this so seriously, bruh?
I thought I told you to get off the goddamn set. Okay, you know what? Get the hell out of here, bro. Man, you're like a goddamn cockroach. Alright, before I go to my number 1 Pokemon on this list, I just want to give an honorable mention to Tyranitar, Magikarp, Lapras, heck, even Crystal Onyx. There's a lot of Pokemon out there that I did not mention on this list that I think do deserve Alolan Forms. However, we're just not sure if we'll get them. For all we know, they can be all Johto Pokemon, or maybe it'll be all the Pokemon I stated. We never know, right? Maybe we'll even get Alolan Mantike. Anyways, let's get to number 1 on our list. To no surprise, at number 1 we've got Alolan Milotic. To no one's surprise, Alolan Milotic is number 1 on my list. And I mean, to be honest, it makes the most sense. If they really want, they can go ahead and just give this Pokemon a Water Dragon type or even a Water and Fairy type. Honestly, I can see its Alolan form looking very lustrous and beautiful, as its original design is. All in all, this is a very majestic Pokemon, and if they do make an Alolan form, they really need to make sure they do a good job with it. So you know what, there's a chance that it may or may not happen. However, like I said previously, we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. And without ado, this concludes my top 10 possible Alolan forms for Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Let me know what you guys think about this list down in the comment section below. And if you want to see more top 10 lists or top 5 lists, please suggest them in the comment section below. And if you are new, subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends and family. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Without ado, this has been the Mike Mash, and I am signing out. Peace!